Welcome to Knockhill Racing Circuit, and more importantly, welcome to Legends Racing at the KMSC. Partnering up with the KMSC, slotting into SLS race days along with the mod sports and other visiting rounds, the Legends have found a new home in Scotland. And a decent sized grid of cars beckoned us for our first race meeting at Knockhill. And as ever, the only way Legends know, it was all action. And this, more importantly, was a Gerard McCosh tribute meeting. As the cars make their way round for their warm-up lap behind Knockhill Racing Circuit's Honda Civic Type R, it had been a predominantly dry weekend up until this point, up until about 5 minutes ago, and then the heavens have opened for the Legends towards the end of the day, making this a pretty slick and slippy track for sure. One thing though, the drivers, they know how to drive these Legends cars, and in the rain you end up driving them more with the back wheels than you do with the front wheels. We have a classy lineup. We've got 13 cars for the final race. Defending our former series champion Ben Mason, one of the guys at their national runner Stephen McGill, and also the young fast up and coming James Hall Morton. Please keep your eyes out for that car, number 32. This will be a cracking final and a cracking tribute for Gerard McCosh and the McCosh family here on hand today to witness this final and the whole race day unfolding. The pace car pulls down the tri-oval. We head up towards the lights on the Beatson's Building Supply Bridge. Nice bright red lights, everybody holding a nice constant throttle. The revs will rise and we're racing down towards Duffy's Dip for the first time of action. Hopefully everybody gets through the top, and yes they do. It's Pino Palazzo, the defending series champion. Series champion. He defends from Ben Mason, who throws the 22 car up the inside. Stephen McGill and Hall Morton very much in the action as well. So Ben Mason now leads as they go down through Butchers for the first time of asking, and already starting to stretch his legs as he comes through the chicane and climbs up the back straight towards Clark's. McGill pops out from the back of, yes he does, Palazzo, and slithers through on the entrance to Clark's, and he's chased by James Hall Morton, and that looks like Stuart Black just behind them in the, I've got to say, murky conditions that we have here just now. But into the hairpin comes Ben Mason, former series champion, searching for grip on the outside of the circuit if he can. Stuart Black goes up the inside of James Hall Morton, and he also tries to go up the inside of Pino Palazzo. Good move from Stuart Black. He's been very fast all weekend, going both directions. Bearing in mind on Saturday we race anti-clockwise here at Knockhill. On Sunday we race the normal clockwise configuration, and Hall Morton gets past Black as they go through Duffy's Dip now and in towards McIntyre's, which is turn 3. This area of the track from Duffy's Dip to the chicane all flows together. Palazzo drops a wheel over the curb into the gravel, as does Mark French further down the field there. And just look at the drivers dancing on the steering wheel and on the loud pedal, I should say, as they come through the chicane. It's a very fine balancing act to drive a Legend. A huge sideways moment going through Clark for Stuart Black there, but he managed to hold that together. He's got good drive through the corner. He's alongside Hall Morton in towards the hairpin, and then it's just about feel on that brake pedal. Up the inside goes Stuart Black, and he will make that manoeuvre stick. Good stuff from the 52 car. Can James Hall Morton get him on the exit? No, he can't. Ben Mason, the lead car, was a little bit too sideways on the exit that corner for my liking, and that lets Stuart Black, that lets Stephen McGill sort of get right up behind him. I'm busy watching Stuart Black thinking about defending up over the crest of the hill there. But McGill now all over the back of Mason in towards turn 3. Looked like Mason was defending there, but that's just the car going through Leslie's and not a lot of grip, letting the car stay to the left, so the car naturally wants to drift out to the right hand side, sideways through Butcher, sideways through the chicane, sideways on the exit of the chicane from these guys. Two groups of two. Then we've got Pino Palazzo, we've got Billy Waite, Mark French, and everybody else coming through. Going up the back straight though, there's a look up the inside. It was a good look from Stephen McGill, but it was covered by Ben Mason on the outside. He now heads round towards the hairpin through Hislop's, just covering the inside of the track. So if McGill wants to go past, he's going to have to try and post it up a very, very narrow alley there. And the road gets very wet as they come in towards the hairpin on that inside area. Up they go, 1-2, then a gap back to Stuart Black. Is Stuart Black starting to bridge the gap up towards McGill and Mason? It looks like he is. He's just wriggling away from James Hall Morton as they go over the crest of the hill once again, down through Duffy's and then Leslie's. Beautiful slide from Ben Mason going through there, And that allows, a little nudge into the back by Stephen McGill, and yeah, right at the apex, just where you don't want it if you're a driver, just where you want to start thinking about getting on the power. The car behind gives you that little love tap in the back bumper. These are quite heavy, sturdy bumpers on Legends. They have been known to do a little bit of bump drafting, but not the apex of turn 3, as McGill still giving massive pressure to Ben Mason as they run into the hairpin, and this pressure will be intensifying because McGill will see Stuart Black coming behind them, and he knows how fast Black's been. There's contact again into the hairpin, contact again going through, and that's going to have Ben Mason in that 22 car a little bit riled under that RI helmet. You can guarantee he slipped straight back in to the slipstream on Stephen McGill up over the crest off the hill. And McGill, he's going to have to scamper now because Ben Mason will be desperate to try and fight back as they come over the crest of Duffus. The incoming 52 car of Stuart Black is a menacing figure, enough to make anybody a little bit terrified when they see that in the rearview mirror. And everybody else was sporting a pig on the back of their car. You'll see that. That's Napoleon. That was one of Gerard McCosh's trademarks. That and a smile was the other trademark that Gerard had, as James Hall-Morton, trying so hard to keep up with Stuart Black, just drops a wheel over the gravel going through chicane. And look how much time that's made him lose. He will not be happy in that car. As we're in towards the hairpin, side by side for the lead, Stuart Black licking his chops seeing these two guys battle, because that will be drawing him up further and further, closer and closer to the back bumper, and he's effectively there now. He will be picking up the slipstream effect as they come up the main straight in that 52 car. And Ben Mason still right on the back bumper as we go over the crest of the hill and underneath that Beatson's Building Supply Bridge into this lap. Going through Les's again. No, big slide from McGill. I thought that was going to possibly catch him out there. But great car control by all three at the front here as they come bouncing over the chicane. And this is a Legends final at its best. James Hall-Morton will be a little bit lonely back there in fourth place. McGill defends the inside line. Now Ben Mason trying to get a good run round the outside to try and gain a little bit more momentum and build up the revs as they come through Hislops towards the hairpin. This is now a three-car battle. Stuart Black pops out. Surely he can't go around the outside of Ben Mason. He's going to think about it, but he's going to also try and think about the cut back through the corner. Trying to just gently squeeze and tickle that accelerator pedal without going sideways to maximise your drive at the hairpin. And up they go for one other lap here at Knockhill as they go over the crest of the hill. Underneath that Beatson's Building Supply Bridge as we look further back down. Here comes returning Jordan Hodgson. Great to see him holding off Mark French just now. And Jordan Hodgson, a man who we've seen quite a few times before ahead of Ben McNeice as well, is in there and further back down in the pack. Here we go. We've also got Brent Bowie in car number 5. We like seeing Brent Bowie here. There's Ben McNeice in the number 82 car, brand new to Legends, and almost has a face full of Brent Bowie going through the actual hairpin there. That was a little bit close for comfort. But we're now back up to the lead of the race, and it's McGill. Oh, a bit of a gap on the inside there. Ben Mason leaves the door open for Stuart Black, but Stuart Black can't put the Legend in that tiny little gap. Still, Stephen McGill hanging on by every little fingernail that he's got here to try and keep a hold of this lead as they all fan out for formation flying through the entrance to the hairpin. And Alistair Calderwood looks like the next car on the road, just going over the crest of the hill, who is about to go a lap down to these fast leaders as they go. James Hall-Morton still all on his own, a little bit lonesome as we catch them back coming down through Les. As it looks like Mason's thinking about it, he's up the inside, but McGill cuts across, covers that one. Stuart Black again has a half thought about going through there, but unable to make the move stick as they come up to the chicane. Left curb, right curb. Mason looks aggressive over the top of the chicane, but has that cost him a little bit on the drive and the way out, because Black looks like he's going up the inside? Yes, Stuart Black now follows Stephen McGill through. There's a little bit of contact at Clark's. Into the back of Stephen McGill goes Stuart Black, and that's let Ben Mason get the best run through the corner as they come round towards the hairpin. Mason on the left-hand side of the road coming in, but it's Black who's managed to get ahead on the road up into second place. Oh, there's more contact at the hairpin there. Stephen McGill gets a nudge up the back from Stuart Black now. So they're being a little bit keen with the bumpers now. And there's also damage on McGill's car. Look at the car. The back rear wing folded in. A hand out the cockpit from McGill there. He's not happy about that contact with Black. And Ben Mason, unhappy about the contact earlier on, takes the lead going into Duffus and holds it into McIntyre's. So Ben Mason, in the number 22 car on lap number 9, has managed to get himself back into the leading position as he goes over the black circle chicane here at Knockhill. And look at the gap that Ben Mason's now put in. This will be beautiful viewing in his rearview mirror, seeing that bigger gap as they go up towards the back straight and through Clark Corner. McGill now dives up and under Stuart Black. He knows he's got to do something here. And as they head round towards the hairpin, once again, Ben Mason on his own. And Stuart Black spins in the background. There's Stuart Black on the grass. He's lost that coming out of Clark's. And that throws away a good chance of a podium for Stuart Black. Ben Mason now only has one car to deal with. But unfortunately for Ben Mason, it's Stephen McGill. And there's not many people that would like to be in Ben Mason's shoes right now, I can tell you. Car 18, McGill, definitely on a charge on the last lap. And off he goes at Duffus. He throws the car straight on through the gravel trap, back across the grass, and rejoins, still in second place at McIntyre's. But that will be all she wrote. Ben Mason now has a big enough gap as we see Stuart Black in a replay losing it on the exit of Clark's. That would have been spinning off the end of the exit curb, and round he goes. And then we see Stephen McGill, whether that's just locking up under braking on a damp Knockhill going into the Duffus dip area. Easily done, but Stephen very much doesn't lift off, keeps his foot well and truly in it, and rejoins still in second place at McIntyre's. But Ben Mason, credit where is due, has managed to control this legend in very, very horrible conditions. And isn't it fitting that one of Gerard McCosh's best racing mates will come through and win the final race on the Gerard McCosh tribute meeting? He takes a checkered flag, and 22, Ben Mason is the victor. He will be absolutely delighted with that one. Stephen McGill comes home in second place, James Hall Morton in third, defending champion Pino Palazzo's in fourth, ahead of Billy Waite, Stuart Black, Jordan Hodgson, Mark Beattie, who we did catch a little view in the green car, ahead of Mark French, Chris Dewey, Ben McNeese, Brent Bowie and Alistair Calder. But fastest lap of the race went to Stuart Black. A 106.1 for Stuart Black, but that spin will be still playing on his mind. But the winner, it's all about Ben Mason. Ben Mason, congratulations. You win the final on the Gerard McCosh tribute meeting. That must be very, very fitting for you.
I can't put it into words, Dunk. You know, it's dedicated to Gerard. You know, the memory of Gerard. It was just a fitting day to a wonderful man. So, and it's great to get back on the number one step. It's been a while.
Tricky conditions, the rain's intensified all through the race, and a lot of bumpers flying, lots of grass. Did you stay clear of that?
I stayed well clear of that. No, it was, we kind of, before we went out, as the track dries at wet, I thought, no, we'll put the wets on, and I'm glad we did now. And just kind of got to the front kind of quite sharpish, and then got a decent lead, and then kind of ran wide going into the hairpin, which kind of, Stevie was right on my tail. Managed to get past and kind of with him, and I could see Stuart coming as well, so I thought, get a great wee three-way battle here, but I think there was a little kind of contretemps behind. But I just kind of kept the head down and kept going, and it's great to be back on the number one step.
Congratulations, mate. It's great to see you back, Ben.
Thanks. Cheers, buddy. Cheers.